Hello, my name is Jay, and welcome back to my Tech Vault. And today we're going to be talking about the GeForce GTX 1650. So, adding to my, and I guess everyone's ending list of confusions with the naming of this 16 series, we're just going to continue that on by adding another graphics card on there because I don't know why, but these leaks suggest that we're getting a fifth instead of. Okay, I'm just my 2 cents for like 5 seconds. This should have been done in the 20 series with the GTX forefront, but that's my 2 cents. And obviously, I'm not Mr. J's 2 cents. This is clearly just my personal sense. So yeah, this is an interesting bit of leaks. I'll get into them because they're quite interesting. So we've got this GeForce GTX 1650 that's got about it's got a good bit of leaks out there, but I'm going to try to go through them all. Some of these we don't know, so I'm going to give my estimates. I'll make sure I'm clear on what they are, basically what speculation I have. So looking at this, we've got a look across all the board of all the current graphics cards. So for starting off with CUDA cores, they don't actually know, none of the leaks suggest it, but for speculating, looking at across the board from the 2060 down to the 1660 down to the 1060, all that stuff, I would have to say that it looks like it's going to be right around 1,000 CUDA cores, which is what I would have to expect. Obviously, you're not going to have any tensor cores because this is a graphics card that doesn't have ray tracing, and you're also going to have any RT cores. Texture units, I would assume slowly or right below 80. Obviously, another assumption here. Probably below 80, maybe 75 or around 70 to 80 texture units. The base clock, we do have a leak for that. That is 1485 megahertz. With a boost clock, we don't have that as well, but I would say 17, maybe 17 or 1800, somewhere in between there. Also, memory is a little interesting. We obviously have 4 gigabytes, and that's been pretty much leaked out there already. But the memory kind is a little confusing. My personal, I guess, looking back at all the releases we've had recently, it's definitely odd if they decide to make only the 10 or 1650, only the 1650 GDR5. Rather, I think it all across the board for this whole series should have to be GDR5 or GDR6. So it makes sense that that would be, I guess it would make sense that it's all that type of memory rather than splitting it up. I wouldn't think so. Obviously, it'd be cheaper for them as well to upgrade the memory and less R&D they have to put into. So memory bus, is also leaked at 128-bit. A little odd. Memory clocks, also quite interesting. So across the board, starting with the 2060, we have 7,000 megahertz, and then that all the way goes down to on the GeForce GTX 1660 with 4,000 megahertz. So I would have to say, since we don't have this announced or don't have this leaked yet, I would say probably 4,000 megahertz as well. Just looking at that. So honestly, a lot of the other things to keep in track of is TDP. So TDP, I would have to say, according to some of these leaks, is around 75 watts. And obviously, you're not going to have either SLI support, and I would also probably say that no NVLink support either, none of that stuff. But now now that we've kind of gone through the leaks, I'm going to also make a quick comment. I don't think we're going to be getting a board partner, or I don't think we're going to be getting a, what is it? Not Founders Edition, I forget the name of it. The reference card, that's what I was looking for. No reference card. I think it's just solely going to be board partners that are going to be putting it all together. So therefore, obviously no special design. I think the ray tracing cards are going to have a reference card, but I definitely don't think that the 16 series, especially since what we've seen from the 1660 Ti, I think that it's definitely likely that it will probably not have a reference card. Also, we're going to be seeing a 1660, which we've kind of also been talking about on this channel, but the 1650 was something we weren't too concerned about. And I mean, I'm not going to make honestly, actually, I probably should make a comment. This is really an interesting naming scheme, and by interesting, I mean quite confusing. Really, this whole lineup should just be labeled the 2050, 2060 Ti. Honestly, there's there's a lot of cards they could have fit in there, or 2040 for crying out loud, because the difference between the 2060, the 1160, and the 2050 really is a little, or 1650, sorry, is really quite confusing. So I think rather a 2060, a 2050, which would have been the 1660, and maybe like the TI models and stuff in there, and then a 14 or 2040, which obviously has never been done before, but it would make a lot more sense. Or even have that as the 2030. There's a lot of confusion there, but overall, quite confusing. So these leaks really suggest that it's going to be probably a low card, probably slightly perform higher than a 1050 Ti, maybe even around a 1060 3GB model, and probably slightly around there. I don't expect something higher than maybe a 1060 at all. I think that it's probably going to be right around there, but maybe for the low-end gamer that just wants to take ability of a little bit more efficiency, maybe that 75 watt TDP, probably less power draw, you know, don't have to plug anything in. Sorry, no external power connectors. It's going to be a decent card for that. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I apologize, I'm still a little sick, so, you know, I'm difficulty talking. But thank you for watching, and check out my channel for other cool tech-related news, videos, reviews, builds, etc. I got one coming up. I got a pretty nice build coming up I'm actually pretty excited to work on, and that will be streamed soon, probably next, maybe 2 Fridays away. We'll see. Yeah, but thank you very much for watching, as I said, and goodbye. Have a good night. I don't know, whatever it is for you. Goodbye.